Jefferson High School in suburban New Jersey was a fortress of red brick and echoing chaos, 3 stories tall and still not big enough for the 2,300 students who spilled through its corridors every weekday. Built in 1978, it had the aesthetic of a Cold War bunker: cinder block walls painted institutional beige, lockers the color of dried blood, and fluorescent lights that buzzed like dying insects. The building groaned under its own weight, pipes clanked in the walls, radiators hissed like serpents, and on windy days the third-floor windows rattled as if something outside wanted in. But the real secret wasn't in the crowded cafeteria or the football field where pep rallies roared. It was below, 2 floors beneath the main lobby, past a janitor's closet that smelled of bleach and despair. A narrow staircase descended into what students called the chamber. Originally a storage warren for broken desks and holiday decorations, the district had gutted it in 2003 to create overflow classrooms. 2 rooms, 1 bathroom, 1 hallway, no longer than a school bus. No windows, no intercom, no morning announcements. The air was perpetually 10 degrees cooler, pumped by a single AC unit that wheezed like an asthmatic giant. The walls were painted a cheerful sky blue that fooled no one. The paint couldn't mask the mildew scent or the way sound died down there. Voices didn't echo, they were swallowed. Everyone wanted a class in the chamber. Easier teachers, air conditioning, a private bathroom where you could vape or make out without hall monitors. But when the upstairs world went silent, the chamber became a tomb. And on October 17, 2005, it became a hunting ground. My name is Alex Carter. I was 16, a junior with a 3.8 GPA and a reputation for finishing tests before the ink dried. Astronomy was my 6th period elective, taught by Mr. Hale, a lanky ex-hippie with a ponytail and a voice like warm honey. The classroom smelled of chalk dust and ozone from the ancient planetarium projector he wheeled out for demos. Posters of nebulae curled at the edges, a plastic Saturn hung from the ceiling on fishing line, spinning lazily whenever the AC kicked on. That Monday we had a quiz, 20 multiple-choice questions on constellations, binary stars, and the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. I breezed through it in 9 minutes, scribbling *C, B, A, D like autopilot. Mr. Hale barely glanced up from his Sky and Telescope magazine. 5th period lunch had ended 20 minutes earlier. My stomach was full of cafeteria pizza that tasted like cardboard and regret. Boredom gnawed at me. I slid my flip phone from my hoodie pocket, Motorola Razr, silver, the height of 2005 cool, and texted JJ. Me, quiz done, bathroom. Bored AF. JJ, Geo is ass, 5 minutes. JJ, Jonathan James Rivera, was my ride or die since freshman year. Same height, 5 feet 10 inches, same shoe size, opposite everything else. I was the straight A nerd who secretly loved Doom 3. He was the C student who could quote The Godfather verbatim and hotwire a golf cart. His geology class was in the other chamber room, taught by Mrs. Delgado, who spent half her lectures showing YouTube videos of volcanoes. I raised my hand. Bathroom pass. Mr. Hale waved without looking. Don't drown. The hallway outside was a tunnel of flickering fluorescence. My sneakers squeaked on the waxed linoleum. The bathroom door was heavy metal, painted the same institutional beige as everything else. Inside, 1 sink, 1 urinal, 1 stall with a lock that didn't work. The mirror was cracked in the corner. Someone had drawn a pentagram in dry erase marker that refused to wipe off. The drip from the faucet was rhythmic, plink, 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 like a metronome counting down to something. I leaned against the sink. Scrolling ringtones. 30 seconds later the door banged open. JJ strode in, hoodie half-zipped, grinning like he'd just stolen the answer key to life. Sup, Einstein. Sup, delinquent. We fist-bumped. Standard ritual. We bullshitted for 10 minutes, about the senior girl who'd flashed JJ in the parking lot, about whether Halo 2 * online was rigged, about how Mr. Hale probably smoked weed in the planetarium. The bathroom smelled of industrial soap and faint urine. The drip never stopped. Then JJ's phone buzzed. He fished it out, a beat-up Nokia with a cracked screen, and his grin evaporated. Yo, lockdown. We stared at each other. Same thought, mirrored expressions, jackpot. Lockdowns happened maybe twice a year, usually a fight in the cafeteria or a bomb threat from some edgelord freshman. Standard procedure. Lights on, doors locked, students under desks. Teachers peeked through door windows like meerkats. But down here, no speakers, no alerts. We were off the grid. Neither teacher had seen us leave. Mr. Hale was grading. Mrs. Delgado was probably asleep. We had the run of the basement, and potentially the school. Dude, JJ whispered, eyes gleaming. We could raid the vending machines. Or the teacher's lounge. Or just walk the halls like ghosts, I said. Worst case, we say we never heard the announcement. Exactly. Basement privilege. We high-fived, adrenaline already fizzing. JJ cracked the bathroom door, peered out. The hallway was empty, lights humming. We slipped out, moving on the balls of our feet like we'd seen in Splinter Cell. The staircase to the main floor was at the end of the hall. Metal door, push bar, a faded exit sign that glowed demonic red. I pushed it open a crack. Expected. Fluorescent daylight, muffled teacher voices, the distant slam of lockers. The entire first floor hallway was dark. Not dim, pitch black. Emergency lights should have kicked on. They hadn't. The only illumination came from the lobby doors 50 yards away, where late afternoon sun bled through frosted glass in weak gray slabs. JJ's whisper cut the silence, this ain't a drill. My pulse thudded in my ears. Lockdowns kept lights on for visibility. This was wrong. My brain screamed retreat, but curiosity, and that teenage certainty nothing could touch us, pushed me forward. We stepped into the void. Chapter 3, The Shape in the Dark. The air upstairs was warmer, stale. Our eyes adjusted slowly. Lockers loomed like tombstones. The floor stretched endlessly, a black river reflecting faint lobby light. Somewhere far off, a door creaked. Or maybe it was the building settling. Hard to tell. We moved in a crouch, backs to the wall, JJ leading. His silhouette was sharp against the gray, hood up, hands loose at his sides. My own hands were sweating, I wiped them on my jeans. 10 feet in, JJ froze. Who's that? I followed his gaze. Down the east wing corridor, where the light barely reached, something moved. A shape detached from the darkness, tall, shambling, deliberate. At first I thought teacher, maybe Mr. Patel doing rounds. But the stride was wrong. No clipboard. No purposeful clip. This was a prowl. Details emerged as it closed the distance. Ragged trench coat, dark with grime. Jeans torn at the knees. Boots caked in mud, leaving faint prints. Hair wild, matted. Beard like steel wool. No lanyard. No ID. No anything that said staff. JJ's voice was a thread. That ain't a teacher. The man was 30 feet away now. Close enough to see his eyes, sunken, glinting like wet stones. He hadn't spotted us yet, but he would. His head swiveled, scanning door windows. Searching. Back, I hissed. Now. We reversed, silent as shadows, retreating to the basement door. I pushed it open, asterisk screech, the sound ricocheting like a gunshot. We tumbled down the stairs, letting the door slam. The chamber hallway swallowed us again, fluorescents buzzing overhead like angry hornets. Both classroom doors were shut. Lights off. Lockdown protocol. We couldn't barge in without explaining, and explaining meant detention, maybe suspension. The bathroom was our only option. We dove inside, killed the light. Darkness absolute. The drip resumed, plink, plink, louder now, or maybe my heart was amplifying it. We crammed into the far stall, knees to chest, breathing through our mouths. Silence stretched. 1 minute, 2, then, creak, asterisk. The bathroom door opened. A blade of hallway light sliced across the tile, illuminating dust motes like floating ash. The door shut. Darkness returned. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Boot soles on tile. Scuff. Scuff. They stopped outside our stall. Breathing. Not ours. His. Ragged, wet, like a dog after a run. It filled the room, bouncing off walls, pressing against my eardrums. I could smell him now, sweat, dirt, something metallic underneath. JJ's hand found my wrist in the dark. His pulse hammered against my skin. The breathing hitched. A sniff. Then, push. A hand tested the stall door. The lock rattled but held. Another push, harder. The metal bowed. JJ leaned to my ear, lips brushing skin. Crawl. Other stalls. Go. His whisper was a jet engine in the silence. The breathing outside stopped. A beat of pure terror. Then, bang, a fist slammed the door. The whole stall shook. Go, I mouthed. We dropped flat, bellies to cold tile, and crawled under the divider into stall 2. The banging grew frantic, bang bang bang. Metal denting. We scrambled into stall 3, then out the open side into the main bathroom. My knee cracked against the sink, pain flared but I bit it down. The door to the hallway was 10 feet away. We lunged, yanked it open. Light flooded in, blinding after the dark. And there, in the corner by the paper towels, he stood. Face fully visible now, gaunt cheeks, yellow teeth bared in a snarl, eyes bloodshot and wrong. Something bulged in his coat pocket. JJ swore later it was a gun. I didn't see it, didn't need to. The intent was carved into every line of his body. We ran. JJ's classroom was closer. We pounded on the door, thud thud thud, screaming incoherently. The little window slid open, Mrs. Delgado's terrified face appeared. The door cracked, and we fell inside. The room was a cave, desks pushed to the walls, 25 students huddled in the corner like refugees. Some cried silently. Others stared at us with saucer eyes. No one laughed. This wasn't a prank. Mrs. Delgado locked the door, voice shaking. What did you see? JJ spilled it in a rush. Guy in the hall. Followed us. Had a gun. I nodded, throat raw. I hadn't seen the gun, but the life felt necessary. Truth was scarier. A collective gasp. Then, bang. At the door. Everyone jumped. 2 girls screamed. Through the window. Him. Pressing his face to the glass, twisting the knob. His breath fogged the pain in cloudy bursts. He banged again, bang bang. Palms flat, rage vibrating through the metal. Mrs. Delgado whispered into her cell phone, voice trembling, yes, basement east. Intruder. Possible weapon. Hurry. He stared for an eternity, maybe 30 seconds, then abruptly turned and stalked away, coat flapping like bat wings. The hallway swallowed him. We waited. And waited. The AC unit clicked off. The silence was suffocating. Mrs. Delgado asked questions in a hushed loop. Height. Clothing. Did he speak? Weapon. Asterisk. JJ stuck to the gun story. I described the coat, the boots, the eyes. Every answer made her face crumple further. An hour crawled by. My legs went numb. Someone peed in the trash can rather than risk the bathroom. The drip from the sink echoed in my skull like a countdown. Finally, the phone rang. Mrs. Delgado listened, nodded, hung up. Single file. Upstairs. Police outside. We emerged into daylight like moles. The lobby swarmed with cops, vests, rifles, German shepherds straining at leashes. The intruder was gone. No sign of forced entry. No van. No witnesses upstairs. JJ and I gave statements separately. I stuck to facts, description, timeline, the chase. JJ mentioned the gun again. The officer's eyebrow arched but he wrote it down. A detective patted my shoulder. You did good, kid. Go home. The school changed overnight. Cameras in every corner, red lights blinking like accusatory eyes. Metal detectors at entrances. Security guards with walkie-talkies and actual guns. The chamber. Intercoms installed by winter break. No more isolation. But the story never hit the news. No Asbury Park press. No local TV. The district called it a trespasser incident. Parents were emailed a vague memo about enhanced safety protocols. JJ and I became minor legends, whispers in the cafeteria, notes passed in study hall. Some kids thought we made it up. Others avoided the chamber like it was cursed. We never learned who he was. No arrest. No composite sketch. The police file. Sealed. Juvenile involvement, they said. Or maybe something worse. Years later, at my 10-year reunion, I ran into Mr. Hale. Grayer, still with the ponytail. We shared a beer in the parking lot. Ever find out about that guy? I asked. He stared into his cup. They caught someone matching the description 6 months later. Breaking into an elementary school in Toms River. Had a knife. No ID. Wouldn't talk. Died in custody. Heart attack, they said. I waited. He didn't offer more. I'm 34 now. Married. 2 kids. A desk job in Philly. I haven't been back to Jefferson High since graduation. But some nights, when the house is quiet and the kids are asleep, I hear it, plink, plink, plink. The drip from that basement sink. The breathing in the dark. The eyes in the crack of the stall door. I double-checked the locks. I installed cameras. I taught my daughter to scream fire instead of help. Because the world is full of chambers, places where sound dies and monsters hide in plain sight. And somewhere out there, in another school, another hotel, another forgotten hallway, the next kid is finishing a quiz early, texting a friend, stepping into the dark. I hope they run faster than we did.